Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. In our previous video, we explained you the linear programming example in which we illustrated the cake production and using the maximize option of the solver, right? And in which the solver was used and it came up with a 150. Right? Let's run it and so we and what does it solver is doing? What is the solver doing is what it is kind of taking into the consideration of the constraints which are mentioned, right, in these cells, right? And these constraints have been entered into the solver individually, one by one, right? And mentioned that this should not exceed 30, this should not exceed 40, and it should not exceed 80, right? So these are the things which can be the constraints in the production flow or the capacity planners might have given you these restrictions. Yeah? Because when you produce, so you have to take care of, you have to account for the capacity of your plant, you have to account for the machine hour and man hours available with you, and so many things, right? So that analysis then gives you certain constraints, and then you mention it into as a solver is a very efficient tool presented by Microsoft in Excel. So it takes into the consideration of your constraints, all these constraints, and it maximizes the usage. So let's run this, and then we will cross check it whether this maximized figure which we are receiving at the moment when we have one cake each. So and with this maximization function, if we have one each, then 10 pounds production is here, right? And with black forward one and chocolate one. Right. So now we are going to maximize it through, and we let's see what the solver offers us. That not means suggests us. It is an advice. It should be taken as an advice from the electronic system, which takes into consideration all these constraints, and it only makes changes in the tools. You remember, there is a comma between the both cells, right? The first is the black forest. The second is for the chocolate cake, right? And then when you select this, make sure that it is simplex LP, right? And then you just click OK here, right? So it comes up with the maximized figure. It offers you. This is the total cake production in pounds to be produced. If you produce in such a manner that you produce 20 cakes uh, of black forest type and 10 cakes of chocolate type, and you will get 150 production. Okay. So this was done. Let's cross check. Let's cross check if this is right. Uh, so we use our uh, knowledge of goal seek as well, right? So goal seek, we make first of all, let's say we don't produce anything in say 0. We make it 0, right? Okay. So and we keep this changing, right? We keep this changing, right? Right. So we keep this changing, and our target is 150, which we got from the solver, right? So what would happen? So just to check, can we get 150 production while stopping one variable of Black Forest and making all the chocolates, right? So what would we do? We would use the what if analysis, and we will we will go to the goal seek, and we will change this only. Okay, we will set this to 150 as it was given by our previous actual example. Now we are cross-checking it that we have made it 0 and we still want 150 production while changing only the chocolates. While changing only the chocolates. Okay. So in the end, we will have all the chocolates. So how many chocolates cakes will be required in order to get a 150 value? Let's see that. Okay. So you have 50, right? 150 is there, and you have no black forest, and you have 25 cakes, okay, of 6 pound each, and you will get this. But what would happen? Yeah, you see, if we see it minutely, there is a violation. Yeah? You see, the 40 was violated. The constraint which was given is violated by by the goal seek, because the goal seek does not offer any constraint procedure. So you will get an incorrect results, right? So first of all, so this is right, that the solver function is correct. We bring cancel, right? We are back. We make it 1, and we get back to the original solver, right? And what else if we say, okay, don't produce chocolate and bring uh, get all then and then our target is 150, right? So we will do this. We will go to the goal seek, and we will use we will set this to the value of 150, and by changing this time the black forest. Okay, okay. So it is changing. So it is saying 30, 33 black forest, and 0 cake, in order to get the 150 pounds of cake production. But it's still, again, you see, since you don't take into the consideration, the goal seek does not take into the consideration the constraints, so there is a violation. This figure has exceeded the stipulated condition that it should remain less than 30. This should, that's fine, this is fine, and this is fine. But here, this one has gone up, right? So now our trust on the solver has improved, and we can verify so many things in here, just to so that we are comfortable with the solver which is offering the problem and the solution, that is making sense to us, and we click solve. That's right. Okay, so 150. Right? This time both cells are changed, and this and it is, since it is integrated, so this formula makes sure that the correct result is in one line, right? This is right. And the next is, we can one more thing we can do, that we can record it and make it on a click of button. Whatever the constraints are here, these are entered into the solver, and so you all you need to do is mention your constraints, and it will, when you go to the solver, this part, or even all these parts, are populated properly. You don't have to mention everything again and again, right? So whatever is there, it will take care of your settings here in the solver, and it is make sure that it is unchecked, it is simplex LP, and it is okay, right? So this can be done through VBA. So I look forward to your watching to our next video, in which we will be using VBA to automate it, and with a click of button, so that you don't have to remember all the steps. These record will be done by the VBA code. Okay, with a click of button. Okay, thank you very much. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, viewers. So our topic continues on the cakes, right? The cakes production is maximized. Now we have refined it a bit. Previously, the constraints were individually mentioned like this. When this was greater than, less than, or equal to 30, it was mentioned like this. I show you, like this, right? Okay, less than or equal to 30, and then it was copied like this. Okay, yeah, and then so, then this was 40, and so on, right? So we have eliminated out. Instead of doing this, we have introduced a drop down, as we did in our solver first video. Yeah, there was less than this one. Okay, so that is the best way and better way, instead of using it in there. So you have a drop down here. You can change in as per your requirement, and then you specify the value, so that you divide these two things into cells, so that that can be easily managed and efficient way of applying the solver in it. I will show you its impacts. Okay, so these are the actually our connected to the solver, right? Here is it is the objective to maximize this thing, and these are going to be changed, and these are the constraints value, which have to be less than or equal to these others, right? So these values. Now, if we go to the solver, we have eliminated all those individually put. Previously, it was something like this. that you add it like this, and then you add this is less than or equal to 30, right? And then you added one, then you added second, this was here, and then it was 40, right? And then you use the third one. You see how time consuming it is. This is less than or equal to 80, right? So the these were the things which you added. So instead of using all these, right, using all these things, so the best way is this one. I will show you. Delete. Let's delete. Let's delete. Hmm, yeah, yeah, delete. We delete this one as well. We delete. So all these individually put constraints can be clumped together by simply adding add, and you select all these is less than or equal to all this. So this is going to be efficient, right? And very means looking smart, looking, good looking, professional. Great. Okay. So and now it is going to give you the same result. Okay, that's right, 150. Right. So the advantage of doing this way is that now hard coding has been removed there. No 30, 40, 80, which we hard coded into the solver. Now it's no longer like this. Whatever you make your future, in future, whatever you make any changes in here, in this year, so the existing setup will cater it without making any changes. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this, and see you in our next video. Thank you.